and gentlemen, here we are, Rogue Actions Monday morning. We've had a great week, Heinzie, haven't we? Lots going on.
We have, mate. We have. Good morning. Good morning, fam. Good morning, everyone out there. It's great to be back on a Monday again. Got another full-on week, but yeah, it's all happening as always, my friend, isn't it?
Absolutely, absolutely. So we had an interview that you did with Crum that we got to talk about. Congratulations, about time. I keep telling you, like, they got to talk. I told you they were going to do it, and they finally did it. They came on the Grizzly session, right?
He knows my name. Yeah, it was amazing. Yeah, it was great. Yeah, we'll talk about it. It was definitely a highlight so far. I mean, I love doing this. Apart from this is the other main highlight. Yeah. But yeah, it's definitely something that honestly I never thought would happen. And to actually have it all work out, it was certainly a massive thrill.
Once they opened that door, once they talked to me, I was like, okay, anybody's fair game now. If they're coming on my channel, anybody's open right now. So
and that's the way it should be. I love, and this is the thing, I love how we last year, look at the difference from last year to this year. It's so much better. It should be. We want to communicate with them. We want to talk to them more. So keep it coming, guys. We're really enjoying communicating with the guys that make the game that we love. That's why we're here. So it's great.
So we're gonna get to our mini moment, and then we'll talk about the interview, and also we're gonna ask the question: are the Galaxy of Heroes content creators being too negative right now about the game? This is a question we're gonna maybe do a little self-reflection here, Heinzie, because we've had some words. But we'll lighten the mood a little bit first. Here's your meme of the week. This is my kidnappers returning me after listening to me talk about the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise for 2 full hours. Thank you for whoever made this. Very good. It made me laugh. It made me laugh.
Very, very well played. Very, very well played. We know the story. We know the story. It keeps popping up.
Have you heard the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise?
I may have once, yeah, or about 5 million times, yeah. Oh, so it's all good.
I thought you might have. So,
absolutely.
So, Heinzie, let's talk about this negativity, and this kind of came from. I got a few comments. I've had a few comments in videos recently where people say, "Have told me, you know, Cubs, you're being too negative about the game. We need to lighten the mood. Be positive here." I've got my opinions on this, and I'll share them, but I wanted to open the floor to you first. Do you feel like the Galaxy of Heroes content creators as a whole are being too negative about the game right now?
The best indicator of this question, Cubs, is really simple. How many videos have been released? Is SWGoH dead? I mean, that's the best indicator, isn't it? When it comes to this sort of thing. I've never, ever come out, as you know, I've never come out and said that, you know, it's over, we're cooked. Because I just don't believe it's true. I still believe there's a lot of life left in this game. And you and I both talk to a lot of different people in a lot of different places, in a lot of different communities, and a lot of different, in a lot of different little chat rooms. And it ain't dead yet. There's so much more still coming that we've all heard about or seen. And you know, it's, mate... We're not even close to being done yet, guys. We're not even close.
And I don't think so either. And make no mistake, when I'm criticizing the game right now, that's not me saying I think the game is done. It's that conversation I don't think needs to happen at all right now. There's been things in the past where I thought, oh, maybe this is it, but I think I was vastly off base when I made those claims, and I've dialed them back. I think the game still has solid at least another year or two. At least, probably more. But that doesn't mean that community morale and that we are, you know, going to be excited about what's going on in the game right now. So I don't know. Here's kind of how I feel. Like, as a content creator, when we're looking at, you know, what is our job, right? Yep. What are we meant to be doing? And there's really no definition of that. Like, who defines what our job is or how we're supposed to act? My commitment, and I tell me if you feel the same way, Heinzie, my only concern is that I'm going to give my genuine, authentic take and nothing else. Like, if things are bad, I'm not going to pretend that they're good, because I feel like that's incredibly disingenuous for me to give a take that isn't honest to how I actually feel about the game right now. And so if the community wants me to be positive, I can't just be positive if I don't feel positive. You know what I mean? Is it?
Yep.
Where are you at on that?
Okay, so I think the cut and thrust of it is that our roles here really is to give our opinion. Now, whether that is negative or positive depends on the situation, what we see and what we hear out around the place. And sometimes it's fantastic. Other times it's not so great. And that's just the situation that happens from time to time, and our own personal attitudes towards the game as well, which, let's be honest, we don't work for CG. You know, we have our own independent opinion.
Literally not.
And that is our role to do that. And I'm gonna have my thoughts. Cubs, you're gonna have your thoughts. If they were both the same, it'd be pretty bloody boring, wouldn't it? Let's be honest. And I think that we should be giving our opinion without any issues as far as any type of negativity or recourse for saying what's on our mind. And if you don't like it, well, you don't have to watch it. But we're going to tell you the way that we see things.
I don't mean to sound self-righteous by saying this, but I would say more often than not, when we get negative about the game, we're mirroring how most of the community feels. I think that our experience with the game is very similar to a lot of other people out there. And so if the community's upset, it tends to be that we're upset. But I just wanted to call that out and kind of ask a question. Do you think that we're being too negative? I really don't think we are. I think we're just reacting the way that we're seeing it and the way that we're actually experiencing it. And right now, I mean, to one person recently who asked me this question, my question to him was, well, what should I be positive about? Like, what is going on right now that is positive? I mean, we could hamper on the devs are still talking to the community, which they're doing on your stream now, which is great. That is very positive to me. So I'm happy to call that out forever. That's always a positive thing. But actually, you know, getting into the player experience, what's actually transpiring in the game right now, there's a lot that needs to happen to kind of turn the mood around, because right now there's just not a lot going on there that I think is exciting or positive right now. Yeah,
it's been. There's no doubt. There is no doubt. There's been a lot of one-way traffic with a lot of the things that have changed in the game lately. And when I say one-way traffic, not going our way as a player, okay? Yeah. And that's understandable. We went through this last year with Relics, and there was a mass walkout last year with Relics. And when I say walkout, there was 10 to 15% of guilds disappearing overnight, okay? Now, we are going through a phase very similar to that. Let's not sugarcoat it. There are a lot of people leaving, a lot of people that have been playing the game for a long time. But I've always felt that if people are doing that, a lot of the time, those people have had kind of one foot out the door already. Yeah. And this is the tipping point. I don't think it's just one particular thing that's causing this situation. Agreed. It's a lot of different factors. Real life in 12 months has been ridiculous, so different, hasn't it? Yeah. You know, family commitments, you know, time, finances have been tough for a lot of people. And, they feel that if they can't compete, if they can't compete, well, you know, maybe they don't want to play at the competitive level they were before. So I don't think you can sit here and go, it's for one specific reason. I think it's just a lot of built up reasons to get to that point. But look, I don't have any information, okay? I don't have any information. I'm not, you know, I've met Crum for the first time. I had a great chat with him the other day. The first time I've ever had a full communication with him. But from what I heard and from what he was telling me, guys, there's still some cool stuff coming. I mean, we're not done yet.
Yeah,
we're just not.
We're going to talk about that here in a second. I think that's, you know, obviously with Galaxy Heroes, I feel like sometimes it's like the weather in the Midwest. You hear people in the Midwestern United States a lot of times, they'll tell you, if you don't like the weather, wait a couple minutes and it'll change. And so, you know, maybe a lot of this is wait and see, and I definitely feel that way. I mean, I have hope for the future. I'm not looking at Galaxy Heroes like, oh my gosh, we're screwed forever. But I am also going to be real about how I feel right now. Right now, I don't feel like things are good. I feel like things need to change. Do I have confidence it will reach a point where things feel better? Yeah, I do. And I think that's just kind of wait and see. One last thing I want to touch on with this topic to get your take on, and I'll share mine as well. Sure. But obviously, I think for a lot of people, I hear this said a lot, the content creators, for at least for our communities, not for the game as a whole, because a lot, I mean, how many people play this game and never watch YouTube videos or rarely watch YouTube videos? So,
that's right. Yeah.
Speaking for the YouTube community, a lot of people look at content creators as really a source of joy and happiness for this game. It kind of makes the game a lot more fun. And so I've seen the comment made before, like, we should treat our influence seriously. because if we get too negative, we might push people out of the game. Okay.
Absolutely. Look,
so talk about that.
We're representatives of the game. I mean, we are. I mean, we absolutely are, and that's our choice to do that. But we're also
representatives of the community that plays the game.
Community, absolutely.
Saying we're representatives of the game sounds like we're reps of CG almost, and that's not the case. Yeah.
That was probably a bad choice of words. You're right. Look, let me rephrase it. You're right. I mean, we spend so much time in the community. We have our own guilds.
Yes.
We have our own Discord servers where we get to touch, a lot of people out there with our communications and chat. That
metaphorically speaking,
CG
touch
can't reach.
people.
I'm not going well, am I? I'm not going well today. I don't touch people.
I gotta bust your chops, man. I gotta bust your chops.
No, that was a good one. You're right. Totally agree. That's going to end up in my Discord server as well as one of those quotes. I know how that works. But yeah, Heinz
they're already quoting you in your chat. They're already quoting you.
I know. It's just wow. Anyway, my point is that we have one-on-one communication with our community members that CG don't speak to. Yeah. We see a lot of that. We see the chat in our Discord servers and the open forums, not the CG forum, obviously the forums of our own communities via Discord.
Right.
And with that gives the chance to actually get a feel for what's going on out there and how people feel. Yeah. And in a lot of cases, we also know from the numbers of members in the community, both that are current and also that are leaving. To give you an idea, I've just seen that quote pop up in my Discord server. I knew that was going to happen. So anyway, it's one of those things where, we certainly have our ear to the ground that little bit more because we can. We're in that position where we can do that. And we should always think what's on our mind. Sometimes I pay attention to what we hear. Other times I don't because I know it's rubbish.
Right.
So we try and filter it out. We try and give an honest opinion on behalf of all of you guys watching because that's what you want. We want to certainly convey our thoughts and hope that the guys at CG hear it and obviously, take it into consideration. And from my discussion the other day, I know they're watching and they're listening.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they definitely are.
Yeah.
So, okay, here's one thing I would add to what you just said on that. If I and Heinzie and other content creators make this game more fun for you, I'm thrilled to hear that. Ultimately,
100%.
It is CG's responsibility that you have fun in the game, not ours.
Yes, correct. We make the best out of it with what we've got to work with.
Yeah, I can't, I cannot turn my channel into a channel that is only concerned that you guys are having fun with Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. Because if I do that, if I make that my job, then the channel instantly becomes disingenuous and inauthentic. Because I cannot manufacture the fun in the game if it's not there because I don't control the game. Now, do I want my channel to be a fun place? And do I want the videos to generally be upbeat and fun? Yes, I need it to be there. But I got to read the room, right?
Yeah.
And I've got to be honest and authentic about how I'm feeling about the game. And so, anyway, I think it's a worthy discussion because things have felt pretty negative for a while. And hopefully things turn around. And as soon as we have an opportunity as content creators to be really excited and positive about something, I guarantee you guys, that's what, we want those videos way more than we want 20 videos about why the game feels stale and poopy right now.
I don't know about you, Cubs, but if I see a video out there saying that's titled "Is SWGoH dying?" I don't even watch it. I just flick past it. I don't know if anyone's really interested in that.
I'm not making that video. I've done it before,
neither.
and I feel like I honestly, anytime I've made that video, I kind of look back and cringe at myself because I just feel like it was just a stupid take. Honestly, I'm not gonna go there until it really looks like it's like.
When it hits the fan, everyone's going to know. But that at this point, guys, from what I've heard and things like that around the place from certain people that know a heck of a lot more than us, we're not done yet. So hang in there.
The game's not dying. Are people leaving the game? Yes. People are leaving the game right now.
Of course.
Is the game in a good place right now? No.
Yeah. We had the same conversation.
Yeah.
Had the same conversation 12 months ago when Relics came out. Is the game dead? Are we done yet? Still here.
Yep, still here. All right, let's move on. You had an awesome interview with Crum. I didn't get a chance to listen to everything yet. I am going to be listening to the whole thing. And later today, guys, stay tuned. I do plan on dropping a second video today kind of giving a summary of that interview. I would also encourage you guys to go watch the interview itself, which I'll have a link to that in the description of that video. But Heinze, tell me a little bit about what are some of your biggest takeaways from that interview with Crum.
Look, it was, as I said, for me as a creator, I never thought it could ever happen. It did, and I had a ball. Grit and I both had a great time. We asked a lot of really good questions.
So you're fangirling.
Oh, look, I'm not fangirling, but no, absolutely am I thrilled.
You're a Crum fangirl, man. You're wearing. Show me your chest tattoo right now. You got Crum tattooed on your chest, don't you?
Mate, I was honored to have someone from CG join me on a Friday night. On a Friday night when he should be spending time with family, hanging out with us on a Friday night after hours for a few hours to talk about the game.
No,
awesome. That to me was
so
great.
good for the game. It's so good for the game.
Yeah. That's what it's all about. So we had a wonderful chat. We got plenty out of it. There is so much to cover. We found out, obviously, that they are aware there's a gear crunch issue. They are 100% working on that. They know it's a problem, and we'll talk about that a little bit more in depth on the other side of it. We're not expecting any more. I'm not expecting any more Galactic Legends this year. There might be an announcement. We'll talk about that as well later on.
Okay.
But I wouldn't expect any more this year, guys, straight up. We also talked about vehicles are dead. Vehicles are definitely off the radar at the moment. Vehicles and also relic abilities. Yeah, vehicles and relic abilities are off the table at the moment. They sort of were thinking that would be something that would fit in with relics came out, but they've sort of pushed away from that to focus on other things at the moment. So we definitely talked about that sort of thing.
Okay.
So we definitely had a chat about that. I'm just going through my notes, mate, because I had them all written down here.
I mean, you don't have to summarize everything. But I'm just kind of curious to get your big takeaways. But those are some big.
No, absolutely. We had a good chat about how much COVID. We had a chat about how much COVID affected the studio as well, and obviously working around that. That was really, really cool. Talked about the balance changes. That was the big one. Had a really cool chat about the balance changes, what effect they've had. Have they found them positive? Cool. Epic confrontations and legendaries are not dead. There's still room for those track. So they're definitely not dead. So we went through that as well. And also we asked, let's see, what else was there? And of course we talked about exactly what we were talking about at the start, about the issues with people retiring and whether they're aware of it and whether they know what the feeling is out there. And that was a really, really cool answer with that one. So we hit the questions that we could hit, that we knew we'd get answers. We didn't get any special release stuff coming up because you know as well as I do, Cubs, you know, they're exclusive stuff. They're not going to release that off the cuff. They're going to save those for special events like yourself with the Executor. So we didn't get any big highlight releases or anything like that time around. But,
not yet.
Well, maybe one day, but hey, that's up to them, not me. But I did invite him back, Cubs. I did invite him back. And what I also did was I said that if he did come back to join us, I would actually cosplay as Crum.
I got to see that.
So epic. Guys, if you want to see me cosplay as Crum next time on a Gridsy session, if Crum joins us, you tell Crum you want to see it. So I'm going to do my own cosplay version of Crum if he joins us one day soon. He also said he may bring Doja back one day as well, which would be amazing. So,
I'd love to see Doja out there a little bit more. I think maybe part of that is Doja's just a little bit more on the newer on the community side. And I get the vibe. Crum has kind of earned the blessing of, we trust you to go out and just talk to people. It seems like maybe Doja's not quite there yet. Worried he might slip something, or I don't know. I don't know exactly. I could be totally off base on that, but that's just kind of my speculation.
Love you, Doja. You know it. Come and say hi, brother. I want to
hear more from Doja because I think he's awesome.
I think they're both great. Yeah,
I think it's funny that they mentioned that they're aware of the gear crunch. It's kind of like, I almost feel like that statement is like, I wish he would have held up like a stack of $100 bills and been like, yeah, I'm aware of the gear crunch.
Just as he's just, making it rain. Yeah, absolutely.
But the way, so I actually made it to, I haven't listened to the whole thing yet, but I did make it to that part of the interview. And I remember the way that he addressed it was interesting. He talked about it as if it was an active solution they're looking to try to solve right now.
Yeah.
So kind of acknowledging not just we're aware there's a gear crunch, but almost an acknowledgement of we're not happy with where it's at right now. We would like to improve that. That's the part that I found refreshing, because it really felt to me, it's felt to me for a long time like they're kind of looking at the gear crunch like, yeah, that's the point. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and so to have a little acknowledgement of the them not being satisfied with it was the part. Even if we have to wait a little bit for that solution, just kind of hearing that that's something they do actually want to address, I found really happy. That's good to see.
And yeah, I mean, half the problem is knowing there's a problem. I mean, that's what it's all about. You can't fix a problem you don't know about. They're aware of it. They know that it's an issue, but it's just not a Band-Aid fix. It can be done overnight. That's the cut and thrust of it.
Obviously, they know it's an issue. The question is it something they believe is actually a problem for them, right?
From my understanding,
it's a problem for
yes.
us. Clearly, it's a problem for us. Like they'd have to bury their heads in the sand to not see that it's a problem for us. But seeing it as a problem for them is the portion that I'm really stoked about. So
100%.
And yeah, lots of other things to unpack there. I'm really fascinated by them just straight up saying vehicles are dead. I wonder how far they got into that before they killed it.
Yeah, well, it'd be interesting, but I think it was more at the concept phase. I don't know 100%, but obviously there was an idea that they wanted down the track, but they've got other fish to fry now. Obviously, Conquest is their main baby. I understand that they might be working on some other stuff, but I don't have any information, of course. I may have a loop with that. But yeah, at this point in time, vehicles are a no-go. Oh, and they want to focus a lot more on ships. They want to fix ships.
So whoever the guy is out there, I know that CG employees watch these videos. If you are the dev who spent, vehicles was your baby, kind of like, the executor was Miller's baby. If you're that dev who had all these cool designs and everything for vehicles, just wanted to send a little love to you. I'm sorry, man. That sucks.
For anyone that builds anything for this game that doesn't actually make it to the game, thank you so much for your effort. We really appreciate it. 100%.
Oh, man. I hope they bring that back at some point. I think probably my biggest concern with ships before they did it was just that it would end up being...
Ships is a priority.
Sorry, my biggest problem with vehicles would be that it would just be ships 2.0. So anyway, all right, guys, we're going to get out of here. We got another portion of the video. We still got 3 subjects we're going to tackle over on Heinz's video. Link is down below. Be sure to check that out. Thank you so much for joining. Like the video. It helps the channel more than you guys realize. And as always, my brothers, don't forget,